You are screaming your plans into the void and wondering why you are starving. You think visibility is power. You are wrong. Visibility is just a target on your chest. The problem, the noise of the prey. You broadcast every move on social media. You tell your friends about your promotion before the contract is signed. You seek validation like a thirsty dog seeks water, and it is disgusting. It is weak. You are suffering from a toxic addiction to acknowledgement. You are suffering from the open kimono fallacy, believing that transparency breeds safety. It does not. Transparency breeds vulnerability. Niccolò Machiavelli watched men like you get destroyed in the Florentine courts every single day. He watched the loud, the proud, and the brash get exiled or executed. The hyenas of this world do not respect your honesty. They exploit it. Every time you speak, you leak power. Every time you explain your intentions, you hand your enemy the knife. You are losing battles you haven't even started because you cannot shut your mouth. Do you feel that anxiety in your chest? That is the fear of being ignored. But the predator does not fear being ignored. The predator fears being seen. The thesis. Your weakness is not a lack of talent. Your weakness is a strategic error in operational security. Silence is not empty. Silence is the loaded weapon of the master strategist. To win, you must become invisible until the moment of impact. The preview. In this video, we're dissecting the art of silent power. We will cover 5 laws. First, the trap of transparency. Second, the shadow integration protocol. Third, the economy of energy. Fourth, the surgical strike. Fifth, the fortress of solitude. Stay until the end, because the final principle is the one secret that separates the sheep from the wolves. If you miss it, you remain the prey. Principle 1. The trap of transparency. You have been brainwashed. Society tells you that honesty is the best policy. Society is run by the predators to keep the prey docile. You are walking through a jungle with a neon sign taped to your forehead. You think sharing your feelings makes you authentic? It makes you predictable. It creates an asymmetry of information that favors your opponent. Machiavelli wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." You reveal your hand, and you bind yourself to a promise. The master strategist reveals nothing. He keeps his options open. He operates in the fog of war. Ask yourself this question. Why do you feel the compulsion to tell people what you are going to do before you do it? It is fear. You are seeking a covert contract. You want approval before the risk. Stop it. Tactics. Implement a zero announcement protocol. Do not speak of your plans until the result is achieved. Lie by omission. If they don't ask, don't tell. If they do ask, deflect. Count to 3. When you have the urge to share a secret, count to 3. Watch the impulse die. Keep the power. If you continue to be an open book, do not be surprised when the wolves rip out your pages. But silence is only the beginning. How do you use that darkness? Principle 2. The shadow integration protocol. Hide your jealousy. You think this makes you moral. It actually makes you fragmented and weak. Jung called this the shadow. Machiavelli called it human nature. The lion and the fox cannot exist without each other. If you are only a lamb, you are dinner. If you are only a wolf, you will be hunted. You must integrate the beast. You must accept that you have the capacity for ruthlessness. When you accept your own darkness, you stop fearing the darkness in others. You stop being manipulated by guilt.
Machiavelli warned, "It is necessary for a prince who wishes to maintain himself to learn how not to be good." This is not an excuse for evil. It is a license for survival. You are trying to play a game of thrones with a set of checkers rules. You are bringing a smile to a knife fight. Tactics. Identify your repressed desires. Write down the evil thoughts you judge in yourself. Acknowledge them. Practice calculated coldness. Pick one interaction today where you normally would smile or apologize. Don't. Remain stone-faced. Observe the shadow in others. Assume everyone has a selfish motive until proven otherwise. You are hiding your moves and accepting your nature, but you are still exhausted. Why? Because you are fighting the wrong battles. Principle 3. The economy of energy. Look at your life. It is a chaotic mess of reaction. You reply to texts instantly. You argue with idiots online. You defend your reputation to strangers. You are bleeding energy. A true Machiavellian is a miser of his own energy. He does not spend a calorie on anything that does not advance his position. The lion roars to scare off the weak. The fox sits silently and plans the route. You are roaring at shadows. Stop it. This is cognitive dissonance in action. You claim to want power, but you act like a peasant fighting for scraps. Machiavelli noted, "Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble and choosing the lesser evil. Most trouble is beneath you. Most battles are distractions. Your energy is your currency. Stop spending it on validation." Tactics. The 24-hour rule. If someone insults you, wait 24 hours before responding. You usually won't respond. The insult will look petty. Audit your arguments. Ask yourself, if I win this argument, do I get paid? Do I get stronger? If the answer is no, walk away. Become a ghost. Withdraw your presence from situations that drain you. Let them wonder where you went. You are silent. You are integrated. You are energy efficient. Now you must strike. Principle 4. The surgical strike. When the moment comes to act, the amateur makes a mess. He yells, he threatens, he telegraphs his punch. The master is surgical. You have stayed silent. You have observed. You know the weaknesses. You do not negotiate. You do not warn. You execute. This is the principle of coup de grace. A wounded animal is dangerous. A dead one is not. If you must engage in conflict, do not poke the bear. Kill the bear. Metaphorically, of course. You must overwhelm the opposition so completely that they cannot recover. Machiavelli famously argued that injuries should be done all at once so they are tasted less. Benevolence should be given drop by drop. Ask yourself this question. Are you currently fighting a war of attrition with someone? Are you chipping away? You are losing. Stop the slow bleed. Tactics. No warnings. Warnings are for the weak. Action is for the strong. Overwhelming force. If you must set a boundary, set it with a wall of steel, not a picket fence. The iron smile. Deliver bad news with a calm, flat affect. No anger, no emotion, just finality. You have won, but the war is never over. How do you protect your victory? Principle 5. The Fortress of Solitude. You have won a few battles. You have gained some ground. The greatest danger now is your own ego. You want to celebrate. You want to plant your flag. This is when you die. The fortress is not a physical place. It is a psychological posture. It is the return to silence. You must withdraw again. You must become the mystery. Power attracts parasites. Success attracts hyenas. If you stand on the podium, they will throw stones. If you vanish into the shadows, they will fear the dark. Machiavelli stated, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel." Everyone sees the result. Let them wonder how you did it. Let them speculate. Keep the mechanism secret. Tactics. Disappear strategically. Take days where you are unreachable. Cultivate an air of mystery. Never reveal the source. If you find a method that works, keep it secret. Information is leverage. The gray rock method. Be so boring to your enemies that they lose interest. Give them nothing to latch onto. Conclusion. The transformation. You came here a victim of your own noise. You were broadcasting your coordinates to every predator in the jungle. You were seeking permission to exist. Look at where you are now. You have the blueprint. We have dismantled the trap of transparency. We have integrated the shadow. We have learned the economy of energy and the surgical strike. We have built the fortress. But knowledge is just potential energy. Execution is kinetic. If you leave this video and post a status update about learning to be quiet, you have failed. You will be eaten. The world does not care about your potential. It cares about your survival. The hyenas are circling. They smell your fear. Are you going to keep screaming, or are you going to vanish into the dark and strike? This is the call to action. If you are ready to stop being prey, write the word silence in the comments below. That is your pledge. That is your contract with yourself. Subscribe if you want the dark truth. Turn on notifications or the algorithm will hide this knowledge from you. Now go. Say nothing. Win everything.